You know what I did like real quick? Okay, and then we switch over. Yeah. I loved near the end, actually. It was just so ridiculous how it just kept going. This is going to sound disrespectful, but it reminded me of like Family Guy, which I'm sure they were inspired by something like this, but like a sequence where one car crash hits someone and like they just keep sliding and everyone just keeps hitting things. There's like car crash after car crash after car crash. And the werewolf was hardly even doing the damage. It was like people were just hitting each other for no reason.
It was like a domino effect. Like how fragile was their society?
Yeah. Like I feel like a stray dog could have leveled London.
Swallow this.
Welcome back to Reasonably Afraid. It's your horror podcast with three stand-up comedians. My co-host Ray Reyes.
Yo.
Sean Dolan.
Hello.
Our producer Turner, who is off camera right now. And myself, Zach Bennett. Thanks again for joining us. As you can see, if you're a regular listener / watcher, I guess you'd have to be a watcher. As you can see, if you're watching this, we are no longer on couches. We got a table, baby.
We got a table, baby.
Moving up in the world. Literally.
That'd be cool if they could hear this.
Hear what?
The table. They hear the table.
Oh, yeah.
If you're only listening, just know that Ray went out to Party City. Or no, where'd you go? Spirit first?
I went to Spirit first, and then I went to Family Dollar or Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So if you're watching and you're like, hey, that looks like something that would be at a kid's
Dollar
birthday
Tree.
party.
Yeah.
At a Dollar Tree. That's correct.
That's correct. It's from a Dollar Tree.
Because it's fucking Halloween, baby. We're celebrating. Boop, 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 boom.
Trying to get this microphone right. There we go.
We also had to find a way to keep Sean in the shot. Sean has a habit of getting very comfortable.
This did come from a response of Sean, like, leaning out of the shot from time to time.
I can...
That didn't have everything to do with it.
I can figure it out. I can probably do that here.
Dude, it was so funny.
Sean's laying across the table by the end of the pod.
That chair's not going to stop me, dude.
He just laid on the carpet in front of the table.
I notice at work, actually, it's a problem. It's like, people walk past and I'll notice I'm like typing and I'm just slumped into the chair and it looks weird as hell.
It's a good thing you don't wear shorts at work.
No, I can't. That'd be weird.
I think our last video did well just because I did a repost of one of the ones that just didn't hit the little algorithm. And it's literally like just Sean's thighs and then right over your crotch it says women can't vote in hell. And everybody was like, I don't know what this is about, but this looks wild.
That was funny, dude.
So if you're a new listener, thanks for joining us. We obviously there's going to be spoilers when we talk about these movies, because why would you watch a movie podcast about something you haven't heard unless you need to cram an exam on a movie? In which case you're in the right place, you know?
Yeah, we'll give you all the fun facts, all the details.
Yeah, we're not going to, we recently tried to do, take you through the journey of the movie. It was fun, but it also was unnecessary. You guys know the movie. And this gives us more time to do the fun facts and joke around a little bit with you guys, because that's the fun part.
And even if they're not, like, if they haven't seen the movie, this isn't the best way to watch it.
No.
I
Don't
mean,
listen to us
it's not even playing right now.
Yeah, no, this is for like if you need to lie about having seen the movie.
Oh,
Yeah. So like you can go, oh, yeah, that was crazy. Did you know in the craft they used like 3,000 snakes? Yeah. And then people are like, well, if they know that, clearly they've seen the movie. They won't even question you.
Yeah, this is like AI, sum up Gone with the Wind. But we're just really bad at it. We're really bad AI.
AI just goes, racism. And you're, oh, boy.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
White people love. Oh, no.
Was it about? Well, I don't remember it being like 4 fucking hours.
Yeah, it's long.
It was like we had to watch it in parts in school because we couldn't get it in one class.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the second week of our Halloween spooky season schedule, which the first week we did Witches.
Witches, baby.
We did The Craft and what was the other film? We did The Craft and The Witch.
The Witch.
Wow.
Yeah, the simplest one is the one that you faltered on.
I got distracted because I'm watching him try and get this toy away from.
There we go.
There he is. There's our producer Turner. He's like famous in the podcast realm. People like him better than the three of us for sure.
That's fine.
That's because they don't have to live with him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He's a bad person.
Yeah, he usually pays his rent late. You know, gets into it with the neighbors.
Yeah. He pees sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. So today we're going to be talking about one of Turner's relatives, the werewolf.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cousins.
Cousins, yeah.
Second cousins, I guess.
Dude, this paper sticks to my forearm.
I know. I'm wondering if that gets picked up in the...
No, ain't no way.
Shh, hold on. No, okay.
Did you get that?
Did you guys get that?
You guys get that? Write in the comments.
You got to leave it on for longer and then it'll make noises. This mic stand absolutely needs to get sandbagged because I've been like, I opted out of sitting where Sean is because like I took the less sturdy mic because I was like, I probably should be the one fucking with it as the guy who's in charge of the audio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I am the only one that should be responsible for this mess of a fucking mic stand that I made. It's being held on by a piece of cardboard.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go ahead and just jump into the topic of werewolves. So today we're talking about, of course, the two most iconic 1980s werewolf movies, which is American Werewolf in London and The Howling.
It's good that you specified 1980s.
Yeah, 1981.
They were both exactly 1981.
Yep.
That's fucking wild.
Because they're not the most two iconic of all time.
No.
That'd be Twilight 1 and Twilight 2, right?
That's pretty good. He's right. Pretty sure he's right on that.
I want you horror fans out there to know.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Numbers wise, horror fans.
Yeah, if we're talking numbers wise, that's probably the highest grossing werewolf movie.
Okay.
And vampire
Any movie to feature a werewolf, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, think of another one. Think of another one.
Twilight 3.
Damn, he's good. He's good.
You know, there's a guy on TikTok who went viral for shitting his pants in his car on his way home from work.
Really?
Yeah, and he never showed it, so nobody like knows that he even did that for real.
He could just be lying.
Yeah, and that guy, hundreds of millions of views. So just to be clear, it does not matter how many people have seen Twilight.
This is the shitting and gold dog shit conversation 100%. Here.
I never said it was good per se, but I said it was iconic. That guy who shit his pants is, I mean, in internet terms, sounds iconic. Yeah. I mean, you brought him up in a podcast that should.
It's a great point.
He should never show up in a horror podcast, but he found a way.
Damn.
To make sense.
Mm-hmm. Life finds a way, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly how the Trump campaign went.
Yeah. Wait, how?
Shitting on your
it's iconic.
Oh,
it's iconic.
Yeah, it's iconic too.
Well, no, that's not what I meant. I meant, whoa. No, in the sense of like shitting your pants. No. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Wait. That actually sounded problematic. I just want to say for the record, I do think he metaphorically shit his pants on his way home from work.
Yeah.
That being the presidency. He like shit his pants afterwards because of that McDonald's.
So part one. God damn it.
I think I saved it.
Yeah. You really turned that up. Yeah. Everybody's comfortable now.
Yeah. What were we saying? Werewolves?
You guys are on fire today. So yeah, we're gonna start out with American Werewolf in London. Mm-hmm. Now, personally, it's hard to say because these are two different movies, but it is funny to watch American Werewolf in London and then The Howling. And if you just had to blind guess which one Joe Dante directed,
it feels like American Werewolf in London.
100%.
Because it's just so not serious at times, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I love this movie because they really treated it with like, they treated every comedy part like this is a comedy movie and every horror part like this is a horror movie.
Yeah.
But it's all the same character, so it's cool. It's like you get to see like a comedy and a horror movie at the same time, which is not the same as a comedy horror where like the blood and guts is like funny.
Yeah.
Almost like in Evil Dead when like, You know, like there's moments that are like slapsticky, but like sometimes with blood and guts is so over the top, you just start laughing.
Oh yeah.
But like
when Ash gets thrown into the same bookshelf 3 different times.
Yeah. But in this one, it really sells the comedy versus the horror in like its own separate ways.
Yeah. It's sort of like the combination Taco Bell KFC. As opposed to when Taco Bell sold fried chicken in some of their tacos.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's the novelty of seeing both menus at the same time, but separate. That's what this movie was.
That might be the most insightful cinema thing you've
That's a
ever
solid
said.
fucking
That's like a really good analogy.
Yeah. It really made sense in my head too. Like I felt like it was good. That's how I understood this movie.
Yeah.
And 20 minutes later, Sean's gonna be like, "Do you guys want to get Taco Bell after this?"
Or KFC. I'm not sure.
So this movie was directed by John Landis. He's the writer and director. He. Do you guys know John Landis? Are you familiar with him at all?
No.
Okay, John Landis is the director of Animal House.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. John Landis directed Animal House. He directed, you're going to love this, Coming to America, Three Amigos, The Stupids. I just wrote down random ones because I felt like The Stupids needed to be in there because it's so stupid. But this one you might not know. He directed Thriller.
Like the music video?
Yeah. He directed the music video for Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh.
Michael Jackson actually saw because you got to remember at this point, werewolf movies did like stop motion in order to show them like slowly transform and other like camera tricks. But this was the first one to ever really do what we saw. This one and the Howling at the same time. And in my opinion, this one transformation's a little smoother, a little cooler. And it's also in like broad daylight. Like,
there's a lot more shadows and the set and
like it's in a well lit room. It's not like with like you know with like
the other one used really more vibrations. It felt like pulsating, and this one it just stretched. Like when his arms were growing, it just stretched more naturally. I guess not you know.
Well, it really was like it really was like the battle of like the different kinds of special effects. Right? They had like the mechanism based thing versus like some of the more like using the pump up bags that would like swell and make people look like they're transforming that way, which is really popular.
And that was the other one, right?
Yeah. Well, the other one, I guess, technically used all of that, but like, but specifically, you remember seeing their faces like bulge, right? With those. Yeah. So like, it is really cool though to see these two movies come out at the same time. But imagine just being John Landis and like this movie you've been trying to get made for like 8 years. You finally get the budget for, and then Rick Baker, your special effects guy, who is like, one of the top people in the world. Rick Baker's like, man, it's taking too long to get this movie started. I'm going to go work on something else. And then you find out that he went to go work on The Howling. Because that's where Rick Baker was. He was on the set of The Howling. And then he fucking, John Landis called him up and was like, "Hey man, what the fuck?" You can imagine that phone call.
I'd like to imagine like he didn't quit and like he just tried to juggle both, and he'd be like, "I'll be right back," and he hops in his car like on his break to pull up. It's like
one of those '90s dating movies where he's got to like date 2 girls at once. And he's running in the bathroom like, "Oh, I got on a different hat now. I'm gonna pull this off." Well, you're actually not too far off because he remained on as a consultant. Because he left it in the hands of the second in command for special effects there, which was Rob Bottin, who fucking is the guy who
invented Bottin.
Bottin.
Oh.
The guy who did the special effects for The Thing, which everybody, we watched The Thing recently. Great episode on that with our friend Chad Maxwell. You should check out.
That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But do be warned, there's at points we just don't even talk about the thing.
Fuckery. I got to add in chapters on that one. I just haven't had a chance to go through it on YouTube.
Yeah.
We should do a cut that is just the fuck around and just the movie.
That's also before the heavy-handed editing that I've been doing lately too. Yeah, I'm doing my job more.
I'm just kidding. He works very hard. Okay.
I do. And don't let anybody tell you that I don't. But unless the IRS asks, I'm not doing anything.
So
I'm not doing anything besides being poor.
Yeah. So to give context, to give further context to who Rick Baker is as a special effects artist, this is the guy that did The Exorcist, which 1973. Ooh. When you think about The Exorcist in 1973, it does not feel like special effects from 1973. Go watch anything else from 1973, and you will not find anything like that.
No,
it's
incredible.
He did Hellboy. He did Wild Wild West. Which
a clusterfuck of a movie.
But you know what? He didn't do the CG. He did the real effects that they kept him on for. He did Psycho the remake, which we cover in our they didn't need him for. I think they just wanted him there. They were like, yeah, fucking bring over Rick Baker. He's cool.
Like every other shot, he was like, "Can we put special effects in this?" And he's like, "Why would you want to? I don't know. Why do you keep asking me that?"
He's like, "Wait, you're doing a shot for shot remake of 1960? What do you need me for?" This one that they put into work, Nutty Professor. So they had to make up fucking Eddie Murphy 9 different ways. How many different ways can we make Eddie Murphy fat?
That was really, he did good there.
It's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Batman Forever.
I would say Nutty Professor was basically like TikTok before TTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's playing everybody.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, step it up, TikTok. Yeah. Start using costumes more.
Yeah, quit fucking stealing from Eddie Murphy, TikTok.
Yeah.
How fucking dare you?
Yeah, make a sequel that's not a sequel. What was that one called? The family one?
Norbit?
Norbit, yeah.
Yeah, Norbit.
Okay, so he
also
you're
talking about the clumps.
We're moving on.
Okay.
Planet of the Apes remake. That was not very good with Marky Mark. But the effects were great. The movie itself is fucking so dumb.
I hear that series is pretty good though. The newer series.
Oh, the new one's great.
Yeah.
The 2001 one with Marky Mark is fucking dog shit. In my humble opinion, and everybody else's. Videodrome.
This is Marky Mark waking up and he's like, "Oh my god, the world's been taken over by Chinese people."
Don't do this again. We had a whole segment on the Thing episode where we all did Marky Mark impressions.
Those are chimpanzees, Mark.
I think
if
you're
it was
fine.
me, they would have never taken over.
They would have never taken over. I would have stopped.
Honestly, thank God you said Chinese.
Yeah.
Marky Mark.
I think it's every time I do that accent, it's Marky Mark. He doesn't see minorities. He just sees Chinese people.
You guys see that Chinese guy?
That's a monkey. That's a chimpanzee. It's a talking ape.
He's on set.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. We gotta know why we always get distracted with him. God damn it. All right. Videodrome. I don't think you guys have seen that, but it's a David Cronenberg film that is fucking nuts. And it's like real body horror stuff, but it's it's wild. I mean, he pulls a gun out of his stomach. He makes out with a TV that comes to life. It's fucking nuts.
What movie is this?
Videodrome.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a classic. It's so great. We gotta do a back-to-back Cronenberg day because that'll be a lot of fun.
That does sound like fun.
And you can actually tell the Exorcist influences in this because remember when he has that scene in the forest where he has like the nightmare where he's like in the hospital bed, but he's in the middle of the woods. So the face he makes when they're in the woods, or when he's in the woods in that dream sequence and he opens his eyes and everything, he's like, and he like makes that like, it's like that little weird, into the camera scare.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a Exorcist style makeup effect. Like with the glass contact lenses. That actor was like, my fucking eyeballs are on fire. And they're like, shut up, champ. Turner, what are you doing?
That was ignorant.
Turner.
If you're going to do it on screen so we can monetize you.
Go back in your little blanket, you little bitch.
Also, wow, dude.
Also, wow, dude.
Jesus Christ. Don't Turner fucking pees on you.
He tried to bite me today.
All right.
Damn.
Well, to be fair, you deserved it. So.
Well, he was like trying to fuck his toy, and then I like went to go like fuck with him and like push him away, and then he went. Ah.
Yeah. Well, how would you feel if you were fucking? He just came in there and he's like dragging Megan away.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I'd be like, stop it, dude. This is sexual assault, Turner.
You'd fucking bite him, dude.
Yeah, I probably would bite him.
All right, let's move on. All right, so Rick Baker was actually the first person to win an Academy Award. He won an Oscar for special effects.
For this movie?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was laughing just because it was like he was the first guy to win an Academy.
Oh, just
Award.
ever? Yeah. He showed up in 1919 or whenever they made the Academy.
They were like, we don't know what this is, but we need to give it to you. We don't know how else to acknowledge how good of a job you did.
So he was the first person to win an Academy Award for special effects makeup because it didn't fucking exist. And there was kind of a stir up after the Elephant Man, because the Elephant Man, they really had to do a lot of work to make sure that like all that stuff came together in a cinematic way. And then at the end of the day, everybody's like, well, how do we give him an award for makeup? Because it wasn't makeup. It was like special effects that they had to special effects makeup. So they actually gave it to him as the very first one, which is super fucking cool. And I think most people would argue that he deserved that. I know there's a lot of other great stuff being made in, 80 and 81, 82, especially like the early 80s was just like everybody sort of setting the tone for what would become the standard, really,
Yeah.
So
they had to call him up and be like, hey, we're trying to give you an award. What do you do again?
It's like when they gave Jethro Tull the Metal Award instead of Metallica. In 1989, they gave a band the Metal Award because it was the first time, and then no one at the Grammys knew
what metal was.
Yeah, so they were just like, I don't know, Jethro Tull, I guess. The guy with a fucking flute. Anyway, all right. So before we hop into more of the fun facts, just wanted to check in.
Did you guys like this movie? Yeah, is that what you're gonna ask?
Well, I assume you liked it. You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, why don't you do your fucking job, Zach?
So you liked it.
Which one did you like more, Sean? Did you like this one or the Howling more? Matter of fact, while you're at it, say which one you like more and give me a 1 to 10 on each.
Yeah. I don't know. They both.
Or do you want to do stars instead?
They both weren't bad.
Okay.
They weren't.
Yeah.
I would say
picky.
I'll go 7 for the American Werewolf in London, which I actually didn't know the name of the movie when we started watching it. And that was thankfully because that would have been a spoiler.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize at first that he's going to become a werewolf. So that was a big shock to me.
On the werewolf episode?
Yeah.
Sean's like, what's this movie about this American werewolf in London? They're like, yeah, you just said
the title.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and they hadn't even reached London at that point either. So that was a big shock.
They're like American Werewolf in London. You're like, yeah, but what's it called?
Yeah. And it's like, oh shit, that's London. They brought London. No, but it was good. It was good. I'd give it a 7. And the other one was a 6.
Okay.
Maybe a 5.5.
You like it less?
No, I'm not doing whole numbers. Boy. I'm going to go. Yeah.
I'm doing whole numbers.
Actually, no, it felt like a straight 7, but the other one is a 5.75.
Okay. All right.
Okay. 5.75.
This piece of shit. People's life works, and you're 0.75 of them. What are you, an Olympic judge?
Yeah, all right. I'd give most of my friggin' TikTok turn. I'd give them like 2.8.
That's fair. That's fair.
Wow.
Follow Sean on Shawnee My Soul on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a shout out. I just gave him a 2.8. Yeah, follow him.
Follow him there. He's never talking about movies. Unless he's collabed on it.
Wait. What would you guys give him then? You can't put it on me only.
Yeah. Wait, which one did you like better?
I don't know. It's kind of hard. I would say American Werewolf in London. I liked better, but I'd give them both a 7.
Both 7? Okay.
Yeah. I kind of like them both. Like, I enjoyed them both.
I love all my kids.
I love all my kids.
Okay.
Including the gross ones.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't. It's just I really can't pick between them because there's like so many aspects about both movies that like I enjoyed.
Yeah.
I like the darker tones that Howling had. But I love the comedy in American Werewolf in London. Like, it was funny. Like it made me laugh. Like, it made me laugh like a few times.
Yeah.
That fucking orgy scene. It was the porno scene. Yeah. That was so fucking dumb. Yeah.
So, fun fact about that, that's the first thing they shot for the movie was the fake porn.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, they so before they did anything, it kind of feels it's not the case because it's funny, but it kind of feels like they started shooting a porno and they were like, wait, stop.
This would be great.
Wait, don't come. Let's make a fucking werewolf movie. Okay, so this is the best part about this though. So this porn movie that they did is actually like a running gag that John Landis has.
Yeah.
Because the name of the movie is See You Next Wednesday. And that poster you see, and what you caught when we were watching it.
Nonstop Orgy.
Yeah, you see. So the actual title is, so Nonstop Orgy is the tagline, but the movie's name is See You Next Wednesday. And that poster is actually in a bunch of his films. And
That's funny.
Dude, it's even in the music video for Thriller.
No.
Did it start from this, or do other ones show it in the movie too?
No, yeah, it was in Animal House, which he did before this.
Oh, like an actual like part of the orgy.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like him knowing that he could do. He's like, this has got like werewolves killing people. I could slip anything into this.
Yeah.
So he basically used it as an opportunity to make his running gag come to life.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
Is it a running gag, or did he try to sell a porno and then bought too much merch?
Which one?
It's just like he bought too many posts. Yeah, which one is it?
Yeah, I like the idea that he shot a couple frames of the porn and was like, this is really expensive to shoot. We got to use this.
Yeah.
We got to write this off. I can't just throw this away.
This and everything.
Yeah, so I think I covered all that running gag. Yeah.
They're like, I heard Joe Dante's making a werewolf movie too. See if he wants to take some posters.
yeah. Is it a running gag, or does everybody just keep wearing the T-shirt? Yeah. Yeah, that's really funny.
I gotta fucking move these posters, man. My wife is pissed.
Was there anything for you that you really stuck out that made you like something that you really liked about the film, or disliked, I guess?
So are werewolves horny?
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
According to
like
the lore?
Definitely in the Howling, for sure.
I mean, they were horny in both, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is it in their nature? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, because they're like they're uninhibited by the norms of human society, right?
Yeah.
You're just an animal now. So what do you want to do? You want to eat? You want to fuck? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy also did say the day after he turned, he was like, I feel like an athlete.
Yeah.
I don't feel like a freak. I could throw a football right now.
But you would think like the transformation process, they show how painful it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that was actually part of the motivation for making the film. Was he was like, I really wanted to show how painful it would be to go through the process of like actually turning into a werewolf. It wouldn't just be like, you know, like in the movies where they do like the stop motion thing. And that was part of the reason why he worked in the effect, because he was like, I want to show how painful it is for someone to go like, "Rrr."
And then his buddy next to him was just like, "Is that? Tell him about the T-shirts." And like, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
the fuck up about the goddamn fake porn.
We'll get to that.
That
We'll
would
get
hurt.
to that. I can't sell it like
All right,
that.
what if the werewolf's wearing a See You Next Tuesday T-shirt? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's not going to be on set. He's not going to be on set. I don't know what he's talking about.
So is there any moment that you really spoke to you?
You know, well, you bring up their transforming, and I think that was very memorable.
Yeah,
Because you are right. That's got to be hard on the human body.
Yeah.
The knees, especially, is what I look at. I think that
because it's like bending it backwards.
Yeah, it's very tough. You know,
That's rough, dude.
and
Yeah.
there's not much you can do. I mean, probably like if you do yoga, it'd probably make it a little easier,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
I mean, I would imagine, right?
I mean, just to
Quote me on this right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's called wolf yoga. No, but like even to do the process of the transformation, it took like over 10 members of the crew just to work all the parts.
Yeah.
Which makes you think of The Thing, you know, when they had to do like where they got
Jesus, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? It was like 20 plus in The Thing for the scene with the dog kennels.
They probably weren't all friends. Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's
You said they
twice.
probably weren't all friends. Is that what you said? Just different special effects guys just fucking do shit talking to each other.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just seems like he's always late on his cue.
Yeah. Why don't you just stay up there by the arms?
Yeah, no, we got the legs.
The arms aren't in this shot.
Yeah.
Why don't you think about that?
I don't really know a lot about werewolves. I'll be honest. You know,
Okay.
I was thinking about that when I was watching both movies. Not to make this about werewolves
Yeah.
I mean, you should.
themselves. Yeah, it's the exact. Okay,
Yeah, you should.
Because a lot of this movie, I was like, kind of like a lot of. I mean, the tropes and stuff. Was that real?
They invented a lot of things for this script.
Like what?
Some of the stuff comes directly out of the lore of werewolves.
Like him seeing his dead buddy and like the people he killed. That's not. I've never heard that before.
No, that's not a standard. That's not a standard werewolf thing. And it feels like they worked it in just so they could do those fucking crazy dream sequences.
Yeah.
Because those are so
in
fun.
Love. It said the person that kills you has to be in love with you. Or something, right?
Yeah, but they didn't even stick to that because the police killed him.
Well, then that's maybe like a spoiler.
Hold on, we don't know. Maybe he loved the cops.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he had a
Just
blue.
generally speaking, I just love them all.
He had a Blue Lives Matter sticker on his backpack.
He's smiling as he gets shot.
But he only loves the UK police, so it's like a checkered pattern instead of a blue flag.
He's like, this wouldn't have happened if I complied.
He's on their side.
Thank God for 8 good guys with guns.
That's another invention for this, I think. I mean, well, it is implied because of, remember, they referenced the original Wolfman movie, which I thought about having us watch. I thought about doing the Wolfman to have like the original and then like, one of the newer films to kind of, do a comparison. But then I was like,
there's not that many new werewolf movies. It's been a while, I feel like.
Yeah, I'd say when it comes to I'd say Invisible Man is probably and The Mummy are the ones that are on the lowest end of like the old Universal classics
that they're rebooting.
Yeah, but Wolfman, also has werewolf stuff is. Also
there's a new Wolfman coming out. There's like a show coming out. Yeah, it looks awful.
Yeah.
They revealed the Wolfman and how he's gonna look at Halloween Horror Nights. Because that was like the first time, because they hadn't released the trailer yet, but there was like talks of it being released or whatever from Peacock. And at Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, they had a little set where like the Wolfman comes out and he would come out at random times.
And he does a tight 20.
Yeah, he does a tight 20. And he looks awful. It looks real bad.
He's
and
like,
everybody was like, this is it? Like, this is what
What's
he
he
has.
look like?
He doesn't look like a Wolfman. He just, I don't know. It's hard to, he looks like an incest baby. I would like,
Jesus.
It's like, it's hardly resemblance of a wolf. He's not that hairy. He looks like if he was Wolfman, he went through chemo. Like, it's like, it's rough, dude. It's rough.
Well, great job.
I don't think anyone's excited
What's
about it.
What's the story? Maybe he does get, maybe it's like Breaking Bad.
There's some country song about him. Live like you would die. All right.
Well, werewolf with like male pattern baldness.
He's like, you don't understand. Just all the other werewolves make fun of me. It's people don't stick up for bald werewolves nowadays.
Yeah, and everybody's like,
he's on like internet forums and shit.
He leaves Transylvania to go to Turkey
to get good hair. He's on a flight back with all the other dudes. Is that a fucking werewolf? He's only got hair on his head.
Yeah. Dude, I got attacked by a werewolf with hair plugs last night. You got attacked by a werewolf with hair plugs. Right. Don't forget the hair plugs.
Okay. All right. I got to reel you in. Jesus fuck. Oh. Okay. That was great. Okay, so we'll do a comparison of the wolves on the next episode. I feel like, or the next part.
Yeah.
Give you a little something to come back for.
Yeah.
So, any other key moments, or you want to just jump into fun facts and hit them while we go?
Well, I want to talk about how. And here's the thing: I do like this movie. I thought it was fun. How up until like the final scene, no one has a reaction to anything.
No, yeah,
like
very English.
Yeah,
it seemed like a him roasting the English by being like, you guys just have no fucking feelings.
No feelings at all. Like there's that scene where like he like kills that one guy in the park, and then a guy stumbles upon like the remains, and he just like he looks down and he almost like smirks. Like it was just like there's just nothing. He didn't scream. Yeah. He didn't freak out.
That's how you know it's totally on purpose, because he leans down and he's like, Reginald.
Yeah. Reginald.
What are you doing down there with blood all over you? Get
I
up.
see you falling to pieces.
Oh, chap, you're falling apart.
You know what I did like real quick? And then we can switch over.
Yeah.
I loved near the end, actually. It was just so ridiculous how it just kept going. This is going to sound disrespectful, but it reminded me of like Family Guy, which I'm sure they were inspired by something like this, but like a sequence where fucking one car crash hits someone and like they just keep sliding and everyone just keeps hitting things. There's like car crash after car crash after car crash. And the werewolf was hardly even doing the damage. It was like people were just hitting each other for no reason.
It was like a domino effect.
People were fucking around and
like how fragile was their society?
Like I feel like a stray dog could have leveled London. Fuck, dude.
All right.
This is the third werewolf this week.
I think a stray dog could have leveled London. If that doesn't make the clips, I'm going to be blown away because that's incredible. That's so insane. All right. So, I'm just checking off a couple of things. Okay. So, the other thing I wanted to cover real quick, too, the guy that gets hit by remember the guy that gets hit by the car? And he just goes like flying through that window.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of that chaos.
Yeah.
That's actually the director. He's giving himself a cameo.
Oh, that's dope, dude.
Which is a cool ass cameo to choose. You're like, hey, go ahead and throw me through that fucking window.
Yeah, actually, respect.
That's so fun.
I like the idea that he like pushed it.
Yeah.
Like he pushed for it. He was just, they were like, no, dude, you can't go through this window. Like you have the whole movie to finish filming. And he's like, no. I'm going through that fucking window.
Yeah.
I like this guy. What's his name?
So funny you mentioned that. It actually did happen almost at the very end of the movie because this movie was shot almost entirely in sequence.
Oh, nice.
Which is really difficult to do, especially, when you're not doing in studio stuff. So that's really impressive. It's also probably just easier in terms of, making sure you knock out all the shots you need and everything.
Yeah.
What else you got there?
The embassy guy looked like David Cross from Arrested Development.
Oh, yeah.
He even sounded like him, too.
Dude, what a great line.
It was so close.
Your friend's dead, and he's like, whoa.
There's no need to be upset. What do you mean? What are you talking about? My friend just got murdered last night.
Which is also like very, like English. It's almost like he should have been another English
But he was
person.
American because he was from the embassy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just so cold. And he's just, I love how he like leaves the room and he's like pissed at the guy.
Yeah.
He's like, these kids don't fucking appreciate what we do for them. It was just like, dude. Fucking chill.
Thought I was coming here to give you good news. You get to go home, but I guess you're upset.
I guess you care more about your friend than going back home. I don't know.
I knew you'd like this. This is something that when you just sometimes I write something down and I go, Sean's gonna love this, or something I write and I go, Ray's gonna love this. So originally the sex scene between the two of them was apparently so hardcore, that it was gonna get an X rating.
Jesus Christ.
He also has 3 homeless dudes getting brutally murdered instead of the cutaway shot.
Oh,
my God.
And then also when
honestly, I want to see that movie though.
Yeah,
like I want to see that. Yeah,
the director's cut. Yeah, and also they had originally had a piece of toast remember when the Nazi werewolves in the dream sequence come in and they're like, killing everybody and shooting everybody, and they're holding him with the knife at his throat. They take the knife and they slit his throat open in the movie. In the original cut, he had a piece of toast that he was like eating. And he had the food like coming out of the slit in his throat. Like
that's sick.
Dude. The EPA was like, "Hey man, you got hardcore sex."
It's a fucking Always Sunny in Philly bit. No, we showed the full penetration. That's so funny, dude. That in the woods thing where he's like got the dream sequence happening there. He has to go running at one point. They had him go running barefoot, and they didn't give him like nowadays. Like in the early '80s, they didn't have a lot of like set protection going on. Yeah,
like, people just went out and did stuff. Even with some of the bigger budget stuff, now they would give you like some kind of covering to like pad your feet if they knew it was going to be like a place that wasn't safe for you.
Yeah.
They were just like, suck it up, champ.
Yeah.
And they just fucking went, all right, run.
Yeah.
And they're like, also, it's warm out because of the dream sequence. And he's like, we're shooting this in February and fucking like in a Welsh village. It's freezing. They're like, run, champ. And then he has to, and they go, but do it warm. He's like, it's not warm. Yeah. So that's a fun thing to do to him.
That's great.
That's rude, honestly.
And as we all know, there is a American Werewolf in Paris sequel. That is pretty unanimously seen as dog shit beyond
know that. Yeah. They made a Paris.
Well, some people like it for the nostalgia, but I think even those people would admit that there's quite a few issues with that film. Yeah. A brand new Bush album came out. And so they worked in one of those songs into it. So MTV, and they made a music video. So MTV was like the propaganda machine for that movie. They were like,
I'd like to think American Werewolf in Paris, like everyone starts running before he became a werewolf because they're cowards. Well, is that an old stereotype? Are we past that stereotype now? Yeah. Okay. They have been.
The American. Honestly, guys,
the French or okay, it's an old reference. I get it. No. They've been stepping it up really hard lately. It's wrong of me to like shit on the French right now.
No, if you said that to me during 7th grade world history, I would have lost my shit.
Yeah.
I would have fucking died.
Don't worry. That's where I fucking shine.
Don't worry, they made up for it by being like, you know what, dude, we're gonna go take over Vietnam, and that didn't work out. So
yeah, but I mean, also like their fucking farmers have been like pumping manure into like Capitol buildings.
Wow,
so
shit,
fucking they've been dope as shit. I regret saying anything wrong about the French. I take that back.
Well, I mean, they were all right. It's fine. I wasn't trying to get defensive for the French either. You know, I don't know. Well, fine.
So this is a fun tie-in with that. So they were going to call it American Werewolf in Paris for the second movie. That originally came from the fact that the British government only gave them 3 American work visas for the actors to come over.
Yeah,
and the actor who they didn't give it to, who was they were basically just like, excuse me.
There we go.
Oh, was he sick?
Fuck you. His friend Jack, they say they were basically just like, this part's not big enough for you to like need to bring over another American, as if Americans are like, it's the 70s. What are we doing? Rockabye. It's the 80s. I mean, the 80s, I guess we were getting pretty wild. Anyway, whatever. The point is,
we were pretty wild, but so were they.
Yeah,
let's not
Margaret
act like
Thatcher. Come on.
Yeah, let's not act like there wasn't tons of coke filling the streets of London in the 80s.
Yeah. We always find our way there. It's
amazing. We.
All right, good point. Anyway, the British government only gave out 3 work visas, and they said you can hire an American who's already living here. There's plenty of actors who are already in England that are American. You can just hire one of those, or you can get an English actor to do an American voice. You don't need to bring another American over. And John Landis was basically like, oh, cool. Guess what I'm doing? I'm changing the name of the script. You know what he's going to change it to? American Werewolf in Paris. He was like, I'm going to rewrite the script and go shoot it somewhere else. Fuck you. And they were like, all right, fine. And so good for him. He just stuck to his guns.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Just for that guy. I mean, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
The embassy guy?
No. No. Yeah. That'd be so funny. If they said that one, I'd agree. I'd be like, all right, let's go ahead and recast that fucking guy.
That's like the equivalent of like showing up to your party and they're like, yeah, everybody could get in except for your buddy. And then your friend's like, no.
Yeah.
None of us are going.
Yeah.
Unless you let my buddy in. And that's a real friend.
Yeah.
But,
you don't get my fucking cover charge.
You don't get my cover charge. I brought like 6 women and they're not going to come in unless you let my buddy in.
Ugh. The worst guy.
Why?
He's the best for sticking up for his friend, but I just imagined who that guy is at like a club or something. I'm like, oh, I brought 6 women is such a gross thing to say.
Yeah, don't be judgy.
You're right.
Don't be judgy.
If he's there for bottle service, whatever. Let's move on. Griffin Dwayne, I think is his last name. I forget how. I'm not. Or Dune. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Dwayne.
I think it's Dwayne. But anyway, it's the guy that played Jack.
Ladies, let's go. Sorry.
He knew who I was talking about. You piece of shit. Anyway,
no, we're not staying here. We're not staying here.
Yeah, Griffin Duane.
Shelly, get back.
All right. Griffin Duane's the guy's name, though, and he does a great job, man. I mean,
Shelly, get back.
Shelly, get back. We're out of here. Every time he talks to any of the women, he snaps his fingers. Shelly, get back. Come on. Let's go. Shelly, get back. Shelly, we're going to a club.
We're moving on.
No, but imagine that same situation, but one of them's a werewolf. You're welcome. I tied it back. I gotta do your job for you.
He took the note I said. If you're gonna go off base, tie in the movie.
Yeah.
You're really good.
Okay, now open your eyes.
Oh, that's great.
What are you doing?
You were a werewolf this whole time.
All right, more fun facts, guys. David Naughton is the guy who plays the lead actor. He was discovered through John Landis, seeing him in a Dr. Pepper commercial. And he's a Dr. Pepper fan.
Really?
Yeah, but he was also just like, hey, this guy seems like he's like great. I think I want to meet up with the guy, you know, and just have him do the film. So he hired him on for the film, and then he brought him in, and he did a great read, and they hired him on, and then he did that nude scene, which is not even really that egregious in terms of like male nudity.
Oh, where you see his dick for like a couple seconds in the zoo scene?
It's like, hey, what do you know?
Yeah, I missed that.
It's like a barely a, you know, I mean, you'd go to jail for it. You'd for sure go to jail.
Yeah.
But anyway, the thing is, Dr. Pepper did not like that, and they fired him from being a Dr. Pepper spokesman. Mm-hmm. So you win some, you lose some in Hollywood, you know?
Yeah. Also, like another scene where everyone was way too fucking nonchalant about everything.
Yeah.
He was just like a naked man running through the street. It's just like, what is this, Hollywood Boulevard? Why are you guys not caring? I don't understand.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm surprised that Dr. Pepper was the one that cared.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like that as a brand, they feel very.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised. I thought Dr. Pepper would like male cock, you know, a little bit.
You guys got 23 flavors, but there's only 2 genders. What's going on?
No, that's fucking hilarious, dude.
I thought they'd be like, fuck it, dude. That's sick. Nice.
Yeah, and this is back before, I think Pepsi owns them now. This is back when they were still an independent company.
Dr. Pepper's like, we have 40 flavors, but they don't mix. They don't ever mix.
And then one guy's like, whoa, in the boardroom.
Yeah, it'd be a lot cooler, though, if they're like Dr. Pepper for when you're jerking it. That's just their new slogan. When you're hard in the morning. You know when you get hard in the morning and you want a Dr. Pepper? You know, and the first thing you do when you wake up is get morning wood and you slug a Dr. Pepper standing in front of your fridge still hard.
Dr. Pepper, for you wake up naked in public.
Yeah. And you're a werewolf? Yeah. What were you saying?
Jesus Christ. I gotta let Ray get himself together.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
My God.
Okay, we're good.
So that zoo scene, they actually, you know, he wakes up and there's like wolves around him and shit.
Dr. Pepper, when you're stroking your heart. Dr. Pepper, when you're stroking your hard cock.
In front of 3
After
wolves.
a night of being a werewolf and killing 3 homeless men.
I don't ever want to hear that these episodes go too long again. It is not my fault. It is you two. So I have a list of things.
Nah, I swear to God, I won't say it again.
Oh, I'm fucking crying, dude.
I already know you're going to say it again. Just do it.
Okay, I was just going to say, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
When you're about to make yourself come in the morning, still hairy from last night. You know what you did last night. Go ahead and sip it over at Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper. Oops, you really did that, huh?
Dr. Pepper, when you've given them to your animalistic urges and you've woken up with a boner.
That's the thing. Let me just say one thing about this movie is that this guy he was hard the next morning.
No.
After he killed 6 people as a werewolf. He was hard. He was like, come on, why don't we have a quickie before we go to the hospital?
He was. No, he was. Yeah,
That was the whole thing.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, he was trying to fuck that whole time, dude.
Okay. All right. So
after he murdered 3 people. No, it's like 6 people.
6 people.
Yeah.
So when they shot the nude scenes, at first he wakes up, there's like wolves around him. He's like in like a fucking what is it? Enclosure. Thank you. And he wakes up, and they basically what they had to do for that scene is they just fed all the wolves to the point where they wouldn't feel hungry and maybe be a little more lethargic.
That's so fucking dangerous.
Yeah,
That's so fucking dangerous.
And he was like, the only assurances they gave me was, "Don't worry, they're full and tired." I'd be like, "Shoot these motherfuckers with tranquilizer darts. I am not getting in that cage."
We walked them around the block a few times. They're fine.
And then they were in the middle of shooting the scenes after they got him out of the cage, and they go, "Why are those extras all the way over there? They're off camera." And they go, "Oh shit!" And they weren't extras. The zoo, they ran over shooting time, and the zoo just opened. So if you were somebody around back then for that shooting of the film in the fucking zoo, you might have seen that dude's dick. So,
Whoa.
I can't fully corroborate this, but if it's true, it's super fucking cool. I got to look it up, and I can put it in the liner notes or some shit. But like, it's just really interesting if it's true. I read one of the facts was that Landis saw a funeral in Yugoslavia while working on Kelly's Heroes in 1970. And he saw this funeral where they had wrapped the person in garlic and then put them feet first into an extra deep grave. And when he was like, "Why is that happening?" They were like, "Oh, they don't want him to fucking get out." Like, what?
What the fuck?
So if that's true, that's the most metal shit I've ever heard.
It worked though, huh?
I don't think he hung out long enough to find out, but I like to think they got out.
Yeah. That'd suck if you spent all your time making a person surrounded by garlic and they still get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass for nothing.
Yeah.
Feels like feet
He's
first.
like, "How'd you get out?"
Yeah.
"I ate my way out. I ate my way out."
Spits dirty.
I don't know if it's because you're undead, but your breath stinks.
The werewolf design from Rick Baker came from his dog Bosco, who was a
designer.
There's no way I'm going to say this right.
You say a designer?
A Kaish hound. There's no way. Whatever the fuck that dog is, you can feel free to mock me in the comments if you're a dog person.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that in my life. But anyway, it has a.
Can I see it? Can I see the wording?
Looks cute.
It's all chicken scratch on here.
Okay, how do you spell it?
Keish hound.
Kei.
How did it
We'll
get
call it a quiche hound for fun.
quiche hound?
It's a Keisha hound.
All right. Don't. Anyway, so he just sat around with his dog, working on like sculpture
these are
versions
fucking
of.
beautiful.
Yeah, let me see it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking adorable.
Oh yeah, it's got the big round face. Like, so yeah, it has a lot of wolf features.
They're so furry.
Ray will be adding that into the final cut of the episode.
Yeah, so you guys can see it because it's so fucking cute.
He's not gonna do it.
I want to see the puppies.
Google it.
You want to see the puppies?
No, we're doing a thing.
Okay.
Okay.
But they're so cute.
In the credits for this film, they actually have Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog. And you may be asking yourselves, why? And that's because...
in the what they have?
In the credits.
Oh, okay.
You may be asking yourselves, why would that be the case? Because in one cut of this film, there's actually an episode of the Muppets happening in the background of the film. Of the Muppet Show. And
yeah, I can't remember that.
It's during one of the nightmare sequences. But in other cuts, it wasn't in there. So because back in the 80s, they had not everything was like the same prints, and a lot of American versions didn't have it. And also, not like we've discussed many times, early 80s, everybody didn't have VCRs yet. Some people did, some people didn't. So not everybody could get a hold of a copy of it. And when they did release a version of it to VHS, if you had the American version, it wasn't in there. So it started a weird little like a Mandela effect before Mandela effect was a thing. Where they were like, nah, that was faked. They were like, that's a fake. They shot a fake Muppet Show episode for the film. But nope, just a
But
porn.
it's just,
Yeah.
Yep. So if you saw the UK version, you definitely got the Kermit and
your moped.
Piggy in there.
Yo,
What'd you say?
moped.
Your moped
Your
is
moped.
your fucking.
Keyshawn.
Man. What did I say? Quiche.
Sounds like Krayshawn.
Keyshawn.
Is that her name?
What did I say?
You said Keyshawn.
I said
Gucci,
Quiche.
Gucci, Louis, Fendi,
Keyshawn.
Prada, and basic. Buy that shit so I don't even bother or something like that. You don't know?
That's a fucking fire ass song.
Yeah.
Gucci. I forget who sings that.
That's why I said it was like Krayshawn or something.
Yeah, it was like Krayshawn.
Sounded like that dog name. Go ahead, Zach.
So on the marquee for the film, they wanted to figure out how to get people into the movie. And as we talked about with the faculty, where they like kind of found other ways to market the film to bring more people in. Because ultimately, you know, you're like, yeah, bad reviews suck, but you know what works better than reviews is fucking ticket sales, baby.
Yeah, so they did the fucking Tommy Hilfiger bullshit.
Well, they did their own version of it where a lot of the movie houses were like, oh, what can we do to get people to get in and buy tickets? And they were like, this is director of Animal House. And fuck it, slap that on there. And they said, from the director of Animal House, it's
American Werewolf in London.
So I think a lot of people came in thinking they were going to come see like some version of like one of those old comedies like Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, that type thing, you know?
Yeah.
And so they put that on there, and then audiences went in thinking they were going to go see some comedy and like straight comedy, but the gore scenes they weren't expecting at all. So they'd be like laughing at the funny parts or whatever, and then they said a lot of people just would get up and leave because they were like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Because it gets bloodier and bloodier as the movie goes on.
Also, like, honestly, like, if you told me it was a comedy and I walked in and then it was just over the top gore, I might start laughing. Because I'm just like, this is ridiculous that this isn't a comedy. This is hilarious.
Yeah. Didn't Evil Dead came out 81 too, didn't it?
Did it?
I think so.
The first one?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
So this is a problem in the 80s, Sean, that you might not be familiar with. Ray, I think you're semi-familiar with some of the 80s horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something you're going to find over and over again. We've covered some 80s films. And
81.
81, yeah. We've covered some 80s films, and some of the cultural issues were a little shocking in terms of like what was considered to be acceptable or normal.
Oh, yeah.
This is one you're going to see pop up a lot when we do these. So the actress that got naked for this film, she said that, you know, normally there'd be a closed set is the way people do nudity.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The entire set, everybody came over to watch. And then she said there was people like literally just pretending to be doing stuff. It was like, I mean, could you just imagine like craft services over there? It was like, anybody need a sandwich? They're just like leaning around trying to have people PBJs.
No, you understand. I have to cut the bagels on this table.
Right.
This table's the best place to cut bagels. It's not.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were titties over there.
Yeah.
Hey, anyone want a Dr. Pepper? And he walks on.
Well, fucking breaking it back, baby.
Dr. Pepper has a hole in the bottom.
Go ahead, drink it.
You're like, why are you bleeding?
Oh,
What, you don't like a good time?
Here's another Ray moment that I really like. The actor that finally got his visa, Griffin.
Yeah.
That guy, he had never done like a press junket or anything before. So they had him staying at this hotel, at the Stanhope Hotel, and he just didn't leave. They put him up in rooms, and then after the press junket, he just stayed until they basically like asked him to leave. He said it took a week, and he just kept ordering room service on the studio's dime.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
I love that. Yeah. Then it was just like, you know what? He said he's like, I didn't even live that far from there. I just didn't feel like going home.
He's like, is there any way I could get an extra night? They're like, they stopped letting us use the credit card. There's no way. No way.
You sure about that? Landis wanted to use the song Moonshadow by Cat Stevens. But Cat Stevens had recently converted to Islam. His name's Yusef now. He had recently converted to Islam, and he said that he didn't want to endorse anything that had violence or anything like that. If you listen to the song, though, the lyrics are literally like talking about like, if I lost my hands, da 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 da, and then he was like, if I lost my eyes, da da da. By the end of the song, he's described losing all of his body parts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially, John Landis always said that it's hilarious because if you really look at the song in like a literal way, it's about dismemberment. And of course it's an analogy, but it is kind of funny. But you know, they use.
Is he still alive?
John Landis?
No. The guy who wrote the song.
I think Cat Stevens is still alive.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
You wanna
Dude, that would be such a good song for Evil Dead.
I'm like 80% sure, 85
that he's alive.
That he's still alive.
I think so. Yeah. Well, we can't call him Cat. His name's Yusef. So got that. Great.
There we go.
Damn, we really, you know, we went back to our old format, and I think we've got a lot done.
Yeah, I think we got a lot done too. I actually really like this, like, because it's like it is like sort of like our old format, but I kind of like the way we did this better. Like it's just like fun fact. Flow. Yeah, more flow, more flow.
Yeah. These are a couple of last fun things, and then we'll wrap up on part one. So Prince Charles has a line, a little shout out in this movie that is no longer appropriate for modern American
you can't say that
society.
Anymore. Yeah.
A little F slur for gay in there.
Yeah.
The way he uses it in this movie, hilarious.
Yeah.
Outstanding. What else did he say? He's like the Queen's a man or something? I forget.
He's like the Queen.
No, you got it right.
Yeah, the Queen's a man. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so as like a little joke for themselves in the credits, if you watch it, there is a little congratulation message to Prince Charles for marrying Princess Diana.
Nice.
At the end.
Nice, dude.
Because it actually was announced during the filming of the movie. So by the time the movie came out, they were getting married, and this was in the liners on the credits. So that's hilarious. Finally, the last thing that the audiences got a little freaked out by the Nazi werewolves.
I mean, they were so like it was just so out of place.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I understood it was a dream sequence, but I was just like, "What, dude?
Yeah.
Why were Nazis? Why were we talking about Nazis? Just because we're in Europe? Is that?
Yeah.
But that's also
that's
like the
most
most
how his American brain works.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is the most American thinking of we should throw Nazis in there.
Well, it's a very grindhouse film kind of thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Nazi Werewolves sounds like the name of a grindhouse movie, honestly.
Yeah, Nazi werewolves does sound cool as fuck. You don't see Nazi werewolves a lot. You see Nazi vampires. No, Nazi zombies a lot. Yeah. You don't see Nazi vampires either. Yeah.
Right. Well, and part of this motivation was through studying, you know, the original films and everything. The original writer for the film The Wolfman, 1941, you know, there's a lot of Jewish writers.
Yeah.
And the writer actually said that he saw the werewolves as a representation of Nazis. There were otherwise good men who had been affected by some violent nature that should not have been, basically. But I mean, not
giving him way too much credit.
Well, here's the thing: he's like not a literal thing, but metaphorically, these men who have who seemed like they should be able to have their own humanity gave it away.
Right.
So
I think Nazi zombies are a better representation of that. They're mindlessly following an ideology. That makes way more sense.
Yeah. Well, they came later.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was sort of like a tip of the hat. But also, if we're being real, the 80s, as we've discussed many times, had lots and lots of cocaine. And I think it's fair to say that heavily affected the outcome of all movies.
What about Nazi werewolves just like showed up, dude? Just showed up. Just like in the middle of the movie, just Nazi werewolves.
In the 80s,
like, that's a great fucking idea.
In the 80s, it's like they just gave 14-year-old boys a bunch of money to make it. They were like, what should we make? They're like, all right, check it out. It's a movie where they like build the perfect woman.
Yeah.
Call it Weird Science. And they're like, fuck it, dude. I don't care. Here.
Do it. Whatever, dude.
$3 million? Here, go make it. Anyway, so we're going to wrap up part one with our usual. We're going to talk about budget and box office and Rotten Tomatoes scores. Who wants to go first?
Budget box office. Okay, so this is 80s. 90s was 15 million, the standard. This was shot overseas, but there was only, 3 actors who were American? 4.
Well, and crew and stuff. Yeah.
So it'd be cheaper to do overseas just because they're there. I don't know. I'm gonna go with 12 million.
12 million? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, fuck. There's a lot.
Half that. I'm going 6.
Okay.
6?
All right. Going halfy.
36.
I almost felt like going double because of the fucking animatronics.
Okay.
Had to be pretty expensive.
You guys are throwing a lot of stuff at me. Do you want to change your budget?
No.
Okay. So we're 12 million, 6 million.
Yeah.
And then what did you?
44.
44 million box
44.
office.
I've been so fucking overshooting. I'm gonna go 35 million.
35 million. Okay. Oh, sounds like somebody lost confidence there.
Cool classic though.
I'm not feeling good about this one.
Well, boys, 10 million budget, 30.8 on the box office.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That boy brought it home, baby.
Yeah.
You had to redeem yourself after the witches.
I've been losing a lot, dude. I've been losing a lot. I've been overshooting.
I mean, you lost almost every part of the craft and the witch.
Oh, yeah. I overshot that so hard. I don't know.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, you know. I was just thinking, you know, I blame feminism.
For why you can't count?
Yeah. I was just like, you know, I gotta go high for the ladies.
Oh, you were trying to be a good person.
I was trying to, I was trying to be so much of a feminist
that you blame women.
That
I knew how hard it was to be a woman.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. He came from an authentic place, you know. I was a false ally.
All right, let's do Rotten Tomatoes. Who wants to go first? Critics and audience.
I'll go audience 77 and critics 70.
I'm going to go because you said people were walking out of this movie, but then it is a cult classic.
He did say that. I went too high. I'm going
to go 65 audience, and then I'm going to go, because like 80s usually does a little bit better. I'm going to do 80 for critics.
Also, they didn't have Rotten Tomatoes back then, actually. So
did you cover your paper because you thought I was looking at it?
What was it?
All right, boys.
I didn't see it.
Rotten Tomatoes didn't exist, but they aggregate.
Oh, no, but for the audience, that's kind of hard.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because people were walking out, but then at the same time, it's like the internet wasn't invented, so there's probably more of a cult classic after the fact. So I don't know.
Well, the Rotten Tomatoes scores are 89% critics, 85% audience.
What fucking unanimous.
This is one of the few movies that actually had Siskel and Ebert, having a disagreement. So
really,
yeah. Which again, fuck them. But
yeah, isn't one of them dead now?
Yeah, and good. No,
we don't like critics here. I don't know if you guys know this.
Dead. Whichever they're Siskel and Ebert. I think
Siskel's dead.
Siskel?
Because I feel like I hear about Ebert a little bit.
Siskel.
Siskel's
the rapper, singer.
He might be dead too.
Dong da dong dong dong. Okay. All right. Well, that's part 1. We'll see you in a few days for part 2.
Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
I'm typing in Siskel and Ebert.
Swallow this.